All right. Hello from St. George and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. In our first series, after we get stretched out a little bit, we're going to be using the short band, if you have it, for some banded walks. And we're going to be doing some banded bear crawls today for the first time in these sessions. So have your short bands available. But first, let's go ahead. We're going to start on our feet. We're going to do some breathing together, our spinal cord breathing, a little bit of balance work, warm up our hips, ankles, and knees. And then we're going to come down and stretch our wrists before we get started. So spinal cord breathing to start. Just walk the feet in, just underneath the hips, all the toes pointing straight ahead. Draw your abdomen in. You're going to maintain a nice soft bend in the knees. From here, breathe in, circle those arms around, bring your palms together, forearms together, and now exhale. Tuck your chin to the chest, pull the arms down to your chest to draw your belly in. When you're ready to breathe in, lift the chest, engage those glutes, rotate the elbows back and down, spread your hands nice and wide. Good, exhale, tuck it all back down and in, blow the air out. Nice deep cleansing breath in, engage the glutes, gently lift your head, looking up towards the sky. If you're indoors, you wanna look up where your wall meets your ceiling. Down and in on that exhale, tuck into a little ball. Lift and open, nice deep cleansing breaths. Good. Let's go about 2 more times here. I want to breathe a little bit longer than you normally would. Last time, exhale, inhale, pull that chin in, tuck the head down. Final inhale, really lift the chest, squeeze the glutes. Very nice. And on this last exhale, a little bit more out than you normally would. When you're ready to breathe in, just drop your hands down. Come on up to standing. Very nice. From here, start to warm up the ankles. Practice a little bit of balance. Lift on up, draw those shoulders back, coming onto one leg. Welcome, Jean, and we'll roll that ankle about 5 times, 5 to 10 each way. Moose, no digging. Go. Stay nice and level through your hips and shoulders. Go ahead and switch directions. These aren't our gardens, buddy. 10 the other way. Very good. In between sides, we're going to go a nice wide base stance. Root down through those legs. Reach those arms straight out and inner thigh stretch. Grip the ground or grip your mat. Invite that knee to shift wide. Breathing in, come up to center. Same thing other side. Gentle side bend, side lunge rather. Good. One more each way. Knee pushes wide, toes grip down. Excellent. Back to center. And then other direction. Very good. Walk it in. And stand it up. I'm sorry, I got distracted by my dog. Did we do ankle rolls on both sides? We did ankle rolls both sides, or did I stretch it between? All right, we're gonna go ankle rolls on the other side. Young parents would call it mom brain. We'll call it puppy brain. Making sure he's not digging up our family's garden beds. All right, ankle roll on the other leg. I'm losing my balance. Twist that direction, rotate it the other way. It happens. All right, now we're gonna go into that quad stretch. So back to your first side, grab the foot, pull the heel towards the glutes. Stretching out the front of the thigh. Soft bend in the knee if you want to go into a little bit of a forward hinge here, reaching forward, reaching out. Looking to drive that back thigh up, looking to keep it fairly parallel to your torso. So Sharon, you want to extend that back hip just slightly. There you go. Lifting up out of that support hip. And when you're ready, come back up to standing. And same thing, other leg. Grip the foot, lift on up. Quad stretch that other side. Soft bend in the knee if you want to go into that forward reach. Soft bend, level hips, reaching out. Eyes up, try to find a spot straight ahead to focus on. And come on up from there. Very good. Just a little side step arm swing. Open up to the chest and shoulders. We're going to make our way down to the mat next, warming up the forearms and wrist. And then, as we mentioned at the start of class, you're going to want a short band if you have it. We're going to be doing some banded walks, and we'll be working some banded bear crawls in our first circuit. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and just take our time coming on down. We'll inchworm our way. So walk your feet about hip width apart, soft bend the knees, reach on down for the floor, crawling down. Come on to hands and knees. From here, turn those palms down, fingers point back towards you. Draw the abdomen in and just lean back. Excellent. From there, we're going to turn the fingers so that they're pointing in. Interlace the fingers, and we'll make some circular patterns. 3 to 5 times each direction. Good. When you're ready, circle around the other way, nice and smooth. Excellent. All right, we're going to stretch a couple more wrist stretches, but also some mobility for the feet. If you're able to, turn your toes under. So you kind of lean back and the toes are down, but then you're going to bring your hips back to the heels. So instead of all the toes being face down, I just get them flexed a bit, sitting back. All right, from here, back of the hands together, shoulders down out of your ears, and draw those elbows down. If there's any pain, especially through that big toe joint, don't force yourself into this position. But if you can do it without pain, it's great mobility for the toes, especially that big toe. And then bottom of the palms face each other. Push the hands together so the fingers point up. And then as you're pushing in, draw your elbows up as you try to keep your shoulders down. Very nice. And go ahead and shake out the wrist. All right. Let's do our quadruped hip rock here with the knees together. Draw the belly in, a little bit of a stretch for the low back and side of the hips. Then we're going to go into down dog and make our way up to standing. So with my knees touching, hands underneath my shoulders, I'm just gently rocking my hips side to side. Get a little bit of a stretch in that low back, or you may feel it first on the side of the hips. It all depends upon where you have the most tension. I'm loose. Good. And then before we jump into down dog, we'll divide the hips or knees back underneath the hips. Let's go 3 to 4 cycles of our cat cow. So exhale, chin to the chest, pushing through those shoulders. Inhale, gently arch. Draw the shoulders down the spine. Hey, Bruce, just watch him. He wants to dig in this flower bed right here. Exhale, pushing through, chin to the chest. Inhale, lift. It's like, oh, I get to do this digging at home. Uh-oh, can give you more work. Twice more. Exhale, push through, lifting up. Inhale, soft arch. Good. Last time. Fantastic. Once you finish that last cycle, turn those toes under if they're not already. Hips nice and high. We'll gently pulse forward and back. About 3 to 5 times, coming forward, mostly onto your hands, and then pushing back, driving those hips high. Pull that chin in towards your chest. Breathe in as you rock forward. Exhale as you draw back. One more time. Forward rock, backwards push, and then some love for the calves. Lowering those heels down. Pedal them out nice and steady. One heel towards the floor. Pause for a moment, get a little bit of a stretch, and then switch it out. Other knee down or other heel down. Fantastic. Once you finish a nice calf stretch there, inchworm your way back up. We'll take our time coming out of that forward fold position. So soft bend in those knees, chin to the chest, push through the feet in about 1 segment at a time, just nice and deliberately coming up slow. Ah, fantastic. All righty. Shake it out, grab a drink, grab your band. We're going to get it around the legs so that it comes just above the knees. Can y'all hear me okay? Volume okay? You can hear me? Okay. There's like a main road just down the hill, so I wasn't sure. All right, we're going to have 2 rounds. We're going to go 1.5 minutes of our banded walk, lateral walks with either 2 or 3. You can choose squats on either end. If squats are simple for you, you're feeling like a little bit extra work today, do 3. If squats are challenging for you to get down and up, then just do 2. And not just 2, do 2. After a minute and a half of that banded walk, we're gonna make our way down to all fours. We'll have 1 minute of bear crawl. We'll keep the band in the exact same spot. Go from there, and then we'll have a 30-second stretch thereabouts before we come back up for our second round. All right, everybody, draw your belly in, come into a little quarter squat position, shoulders back and down, and here we go, going into some lateral steps. You get to the end of your space, maybe 3 to 5 steps, and then 2 to 3 squats. Eyes up, chest up, pushing your knees out against your band. If you don't have a band today, it's all right. Just move as if you do. Breathe. Very good. Taking it back. We're just over 30 seconds in. Get the blood pumping into the legs. Get all those stabilizer muscles of our hips, thighs, lower legs functioning. Excellent. There's our minute mark. We have 30 seconds left. And try to pace yourself so you'll finish with even touches on both sides for that lateral walk. Excellent work. Good range of motion, crew. All right, it's gonna put me into an even 3 sets back and forth. Got about 10 seconds left in that minute and a half. So when you finish where you're equal for yourself, make your way back down to the floor. We'll start our bear crawl here in 15 seconds. So as we prep for the bear crawl, when you come down, spread your hands as wide as you can. So spread those fingers out. Grip the floor, turn the toes under. Here we go. Knees are gonna barely come off the ground, and then you're looking to coordinate. Left hand moves with the right leg, and the right hand moves with the left leg. Try to stay as nice and flat through your spine. Gripping the ground with the hand, taking that pressure off the wrist, and then breathe, focusing just between the hands. So you keep your neck nice and neutral as well. Drawing that chin in. Woo. 30 seconds in, 30 seconds left. Anytime you need a break, just come on down to the knees, shake it out. Otherwise, 20 seconds. Forward crawl and backwards crawl. One of those exercises, it can be really easy. You can be kind of sloppy with it. You don't do it right. Or you can challenge yourself by moving slow and controlled. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. With the band on, keep the knees together, turn the toes down towards the floor, and just go into like a modified child's position. Reach the arms out and drop back, kind of sitting back onto your feet. Head down between the arms. I want to stay here a short moment, about 3 to 4, nice deep breaths into the back. Relaxing that head down towards your mat on your exhale. Breathe in, expand the back. Exhale, relax. All right, when you're ready, let's go ahead and start to make your way up to your feet. We have 15 seconds. We'll be into our second of 2 rounds. Same thing as last time, minute and a half of the lateral walk with the squats, and then 1 minute of crawl. Ready? Here we go. Very good. Body's feeling strong. Move with just a little bit faster movements this time. Still keeping that spine nice and flat. Knees nice and wide. Good. First 30 seconds down, 1 minute to go. Nice, good depth, crew. Shoulders down out of the ears, eyes up. We're well over halfway now, 40 seconds. cave. Nice job. We're less than 30. Breathing and moving. Great job. Keeping those shoulders drawing back, eyes up. 15 seconds left. Sorry, wait. Yeah, that's right. 15 seconds. When did we start this interval?
Yesterday.
All right, and 3, 2, 1. There's our minute and a half. Feel free to finish that out and then make your way down for that next round, last round of our bear crawl. Starting on hands and knees on all fours, wide handprints, knees barely left off the ground. And here we go. Starting that crawl. Now with that band around the thighs, just gives a little extra tension. Again, same thing as always. We're just pushing out against that band. Remember to keep those hands spread wide so you can grip on down. And we're gonna play the game where you can pretend if you have like a little saucer plate and you can balance it onto your spine. Could you move with enough control not to spill or drop that saucer off your back? Not sure if I could, but we do the best we can. We have about 15 seconds left. Woo! Band's coming off in 10 seconds here. Stay tight through the middle. Keep moving steady. And 3, 2, 1, all done. Woo! Let's go ahead and come onto our backs. You take that band off, and we're going to stretch out the low back. Alrighty. Just slowly come on down onto your back, hug those legs in. We'll start with that double kneaded chest, a little side to side rock. Loosen up that low back. Good. If everything's feeling like it's loosening there, then we'll go a little bit deeper into a 2-knee twist. Arms out to the side, legs come across, and you want to look in the opposite direction that your knees are going. Breathe in as you pull it up, take it across the other way. Get one more on each side. Back to your first side. And then up and across to the second side. Very good. Go ahead and keep the knees bent. Place the feet on the ground about hip width apart. Readjust the shoulders as needed. Kind of lift the chest up. Pull those shoulders back and down, arms to the side. And we're going to do a set of glute bridges here. Gently pushing the knees out, raising those hips up. So we're looking to activate the back side of the body and open up the front side of the body. So just nice and smooth here, near between 5 and 8. Not feeling like you have to suddenly push those hips as high as you can, but easing your way into that hip extension. The higher you could get with the hips, the more you want to focus in on the upper spine, drawing your chin in towards your chest. Get a nice gentle stretch for the back of your head and upper part of the neck. About one more. Breathe in as you lower those hips down, and then a nice smooth exhale as you elevate those hips up. Good. Once you finish that last one, go and extend out your left leg, actively pushing your thigh into the ground, and then let's go into glute stretch on your right. Hug that knee into the chest, and then bringing that right knee across towards your left shoulder. Also take that right arm and just reach straight out to the side. Looking over that right arm. We're going to transition this into figure 4. Pull that left leg up, bringing your right thigh to the right foot to the left thigh, and then grabbing onto that left thigh, hugging it in. Take about 3 nice deep breaths on this side, and then we're going to release and switch it up for that other side. One more breath. And switch. So glute stretch first. Extend that right leg straight out. Interlace the hands. Hug that left leg in. Pulling it up towards the left shoulder. and then sweeping it across towards the right shoulder. Glute stretch on the left. You can reach that left arm out, looking over that left shoulder. Good, and then pulling the right thigh up, left foot meets that right thigh, figure 4 on the opposite side. Reposition the head, keeping that neck nice and neutral. About one more breath here. And when you're ready, go ahead and release. Very good. Go ahead and roll on over. We're going to make our way up to our feet. Get a wide handprint, turn the toes under. We'll come into down dog on our way up. So a couple of pulses into that mid back. A little bit more stretch for the calves. Got some options for some jumping jacks in the next series. And then go ahead and inchworm your way, making your way back up to standing. All right, nice work. Shake it out, grab a drink. We got some dumbbell thrusters, jump jacks or high knees, and some burpees in our next series. Before we jump into that, we're gonna stretch the triceps and open our hip flexors. So after you get that drink, go ahead and mirror me. You're gonna place your left foot forward. I'll step my left leg back. You're gonna draw the ribs down. Go ahead and reach up. The same side arm should be your right. Reach it up, bend that elbow. So we're looking to open the hips, shift the hips back, shift those hips forward, keeping the eyes and chest up. And then we're gonna bend, grabbing that elbow and leaning towards that front leg. Should be leaning towards your left. All the while, try to clench and squeeze that hip, the glute of that trail leg. So we're opening the front side of that hip and arm. Let's go one more breath here. And release, shake it out. In between sides, behind the back stretch with a wide base stance, feet outside the legs, interlace those hands, draw the shoulders back and down. Watch that you don't arch through the ribs here. Pull the ribs down in the front. And then with a long spine, you're gonna send those hips back, pull those arms straight up and over. That head and neck be a little bit heavy here. You can kind of allow gravity to pull the head towards the floor. One or two more breaths. And then when you're ready, go ahead and make your way on up. Shake it out, and then we're going to balance out the other side with that tricep side bend. Place your right foot forward, left foot steps back, ribs drawn down, trail arm reaches up. We're just chuckling here because of that. When I was in that forward fold position, moose like one underneath the bridge. Chest up, eyes up, push that back hip forward. And now as you pull that elbow back behind you, eyes up as you lean over towards that front leg. Breathing here. Good, crew. And release and shake it out. Fantastic. All right, so you're gonna wanna use a dumbbell, if you have it, or any kind of weight that we can press up to overhead. A reminder for the thruster, you're gonna be holding it in your non-dominant arm to start. You'll have your feet positioned for your squat, all the way to that squat, then you're gonna press up to overhead. You got 30 seconds on one side of the body. We'll set it down, jump jacks, high knees. Then we'll go 30 seconds on the opposite side into our burpee. We've got 2 straight minutes of work to do those 4 exercises, and then we'll have a 30-second rest in between sets. We have 4 rounds of this. So we're gonna get started here in 15 seconds. If you're not quite sure how it all goes, you can always kind of hang out and watch the first round. Join us when you're ready. So just a slight toe out, feet about hip width apart, elbow up and forward on that non-dominant arm. And here we go. Pace yourself, knowing it's the first of 4 rounds. Controlling into that squat, driving high to overhead. Looking straight forward throughout. If we look down, we tend to lose that chest position. Awesome. And last one. Good. Set the weight. Make sure you have a nice clear space. And we'll take it right into either some step jacks or jump jacks, just depending on how fast you want the tempo. Rounds 2 and 4 is when we'll do the high knees or the option for a march. Excellent. All right, 10 seconds till we get to the other arm of thrusters. Let's go ahead and grab that weight. Should be your dominant side. And here we go. As soon as you get that weight, go ahead and begin. Non-working arm is reaching straight out in front. And we're looking to press straight overhead. Keep that shoulder close to the ear. As you elevate up. Good. Getting ready for burpees next. 2, 1, and transition. So wide handprint. We're doing the no push-up option unless you want to go all the way down. Otherwise, top of the push-up, just like so. And you're stepping or jumping. Good, 15 seconds left. And we'll have a 30-second break. Same thing we practiced on that bear crawl. Wide handprint. And 2, 1, and take the rest. Good job. 30 seconds. We'll be back for set 2. Nice job, crew. All right, 10 seconds. Thrusters first, non-dominant arm. Set the feet, slight toe out. Ready? Here we go. As always, if you need more recovery, just join us when you can. Anytime we do lifting on one side of the body, there'll be that tendency for the body to kind of twist or shift away. So we're focused on this one arm thruster. Keep square. Push the hips straight back. Don't let them twist around. Last rep. And get ready for those high knees. So you can either march here with a cross-body punch, or you can add a little skip. Awesome. Knees come up, lifting the foot and toes. Good, just under 10 seconds. We're back to thrusters on your dominant side. So go ahead and grab that weight. Reposition the feet. Elbow should be pointing straight ahead. Here it is. Halfway through the 2 minutes of work. Second of 4 rounds. Good. Centering on that breathing. Focus on taking a nice strong in-breath on the lowering. Nice strong exhale as you drive up. And resting there. Burpees. Good support as you come on down. If you are hopping up to your feet, you want to hold strong through the middle. Hips nice and high. And you're looking to get all the way into your heels. Full foot is down before you pull yourself up. Sometimes people will be up on the toes. It's going to put more pressure on the knees. Last one. And take that 30 seconds. All right, we're halfway through. All right, great job. 10 seconds. Back to that non-dominant arm for set 3. Position the feet for the thruster. And here it is. More fatigued we get, the more we want to be aware of how we're moving. And just depending upon your body, if you've had injuries in the past, hips or knees, I always recommend controlling down to that squat. I don't really like seeing people bouncing out of the squat. There's exceptions to that, right? If you're like a competitive weightlifter or a specific sport that you need that explosion. Last one. We're back to our step or jump jacks. But if we're training for fitness, longevity, overall health, then emphasizing control over speed. And even if people are high-end athletes, it's great to have aspects of your year that you are focused on control. All right, back to that second arm. Elbow up and forward. And here we go. Breathe. Find that focus spot, straight on. Awesome. Whew. Think about driving your legs straight down, pushing your feet into the ground, generating that force. That's how you move into that strength. Last time, full squat, drive it out, and round 3 of our burpees. It's also great to just step up on burpees. And with that in mind, you want to alternate which leg is stepping up. Step back with the same one, and then switch it up. Step forward and back with the opposite leg. Woo. Good, 15 seconds. A hair longer on this one. Last rep. Good. And we'll take our final 30-second break. We'll be into our 4th and last round. Woo. 20 seconds. All right, starting in 10. Last time of squats today. We have a minute left, once on each arm. Non-dominant arm first. And begin. Notice your self-talk. Make sure you're encouraging yourself. If you're feeling particularly fatigued right now, you can just slow this set down. Kind of pause the weight on the shoulder, control down, then drive up. And then the opposite of that, if you're like, man, I'm feeling good, I want to push a little bit. Just be a little bit more intent with pulling into that next rep and then driving out. One more. Down, up, and set it down. All right, we did the march on round 2. You can stick with that march, or if you want to keep it a little bit higher pace, running high knees, driving those arms to the side. Good. Relaxing through that ankle. So you want that heel to just graze the floor and then pushing off the ball of the foot. Awesome. All right. Let's get back to the weight. Final set of thrusters. Dominant arm. 2, 1. Here it is. Good. Stay focused here. We got less than a minute. Then we'll have a stretch break before our final circuit. Wonderful. 1 or 2 more. And finishing with the burpees. Here we go. Step or hop. Midline strong if you're hopping. Float up to those feet. Reach high to overhead. Woo, 10 seconds. Engage that backside. Pull yourself up. Final rep. And all done there. Woo. Nice circuit, friends. All right, walk it out for a second. Bring that heart rate down. Grab your water. And then we'll stretch before our next circuit. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to repeat that behind the back stretch. Wide base stance. Interlace those hands, drawing the shoulders back and down. Looking to lift the arms up. The stretch could stay right here. And also we can combine it with that forward fold. Coming on down using gravity. Just give a little bit of distraction. Letting that head pull towards the ground. On that next breath, go ahead and come back out of that forward fold and shake it out. Good. Side stretch next with a stagger stance. So let's step your left foot back, right hand on the right hip, and then we're going to reach that left arm up and over, palm down towards the floor. Engage the glute of that trail leg, and go ahead and peer up to that hand. Good. Try to pull that hand back behind you just a little bit if you're out in front of your face. One more breath here. Release and switch sides. Good job. Step it forward. Switching legs. Ribs drawn down. One hand on the hip. Reaching up, palm down towards you as you peer up towards that hand. So for that tricep side bend, you can focus on that back hip just a little bit, shifting it forward. Try to squeeze the glute as you reach up. The hands in front of your face. See if you can pull it back behind you just a hair. Release straight overhead. And release from there. Whew, very good. All right, and then let's go ahead and challenge the balance a little bit after that last circuit. Back to our quad stretch. Our final series is pretty quick. We have some push-ups. I'm going to be doing them elevated off this table here. Then we're going to come down onto our backs, working that hollow position or our tuck-ups. Switch legs on your quad stretch. Then from our back, we roll over onto the front side for our mountain climbers. Top of the push-up, pulling your knee towards the same side elbow. Every other set will go opposite elbow. And then we'll start with some glute bridges on the back, bridging the hips and holding the hips. And then that option, if you were here last week, go and check out that thigh. We did that tabletop position with the support on the hands. So that will be another option. But first, the push-ups. If you aren't yet able to do a nice strong push-up from the toes, I do recommend an elevated push-up from the toes before you go to your knees. You're just gonna have like a longer lever. And it's a little bit more effective in transitioning to those toe push-ups. If you don't have an elevated surface that's safe, I'm gonna be testing this one here in a minute, then just do the best you can, either down on the toes, up on the knees, or whatever makes the most sense. All right, we're gonna start here in 10 seconds. So similar to what we worked on earlier with the bear crawl, you're gonna place the hand just underneath the shoulders on your push-ups. Don't wing those elbows wide, keep them a little bit tighter to your body. And here we go, midline tight, lowering down, and driving away. Ideally, we'd like to see that chest come all the way down to either the surface of your table or your chair if you're doing an elevated version, or all the way to the floor. Just a quick circuit here, quick intervals, 20 seconds, and rest. Then you roll on or come down to your back. On this first round, we're just gonna work the lower part of the abdomen, head rests back, and just lift the hips, pull the knees towards the chest. Call them our tuck-ups. Try to control the feet down without the low back arching, and then tuck it right back up. Halfway. As soon as you feel like that low back's gonna arch, I draw the knees back in. Good. When you finish that rep, come on over, rolling over for our mountain climbers. This is our first of 5 rounds. Wide handprint, and when you're there, here we go. Exhale as you draw that knee to the elbow. Chin in, looking right between the hands. Good. Practice that nice strong exhale as you're driving that knee up. Good, and coming back onto your back. We're gonna do glute bridges together on the first set. Good, and into that glute bridge position. Here we go. Lift those hips up, lower down. On those later positions, you can hold the bridge if you'd like. For this first set, we'll just pulse through it. Good, 1 or 2 more. Good, and rest. Excellent. Take just a little bit longer rest. Grab a drink, and we'll be back for set 2. Each round will be a little bit better. You'll get the hang of it. Half the workout is up and down, moving and rolling over. All right, 15 seconds. We'll be back for the second set. Welcome to do a little bit of rebounding while you wait. You can always keep that blood flow going as you'd like. Getting ready for those push-ups. Wide handprint. 3, 2, 1. Here it is. Watch from winging those elbows wide. Controlling down. So everybody's looking. Push. Nice. Just don't let that head shoot forward. Keep that chin drawn in as you're lowering down. Yeah. There you go. Everything tight to push up. Awesome, crew. And switching onto your back. We'll practice that hollow body this time. For those that have been here with us, you're working on making your body like a hollow bottom of the boat. Start with the knees bent, lifting up, draw the belly in. You can raise the upper head and neck, chin in. Anytime you feel like you're going to start to arch, just rest down, take a break, and then come back in, making that boat position with bent knees. It will be harder with straight legs. You can start with one leg straight and then switch it up. Good. Roll it on over. Mountain climbers. Wide handprints. And now we're going to go diagonal with the knees. So here we go. Exhale. Draw that knee across the body as if you're trying to touch it to the opposite elbow or forearm. If you can make contact, that's excellent. If you can't quite yet, just go as close as you can. Exhale as you draw that knee across. And rest. All right, I'm going to roll over, but I'm going to stay up and seated. I'm going to practice that tabletop bridge this time. Turning the hands, fingers pointing away, drawing the shoulders back, and then we bridge from here. Shoulders back and down. And let's on this first set, we're going to pulse through it. Lifting up, lowering down. It's a really good opening for the heart and hips. Heart meaning your upper torso, shoulders. Good. Last one. Squeeze the glutes, lift through the chest, and rest. All right, we'll take 20 seconds, and we'll be back for set 3. Woo! It's going quick. All right, I'm going to go down to the floor this time for push-ups. You all look great that are here live. Remember, wide handprint, turn those toes under, and round 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Especially if you're working off the toes, whether you're elevated or on the floor, we want to avoid those hips dropping down. That tends to arch the spine. Sometimes you can stay tight as you lower, and then sometimes it will arch as you push out of the push-up. So engage that lower body, squeezing those glutes. And there's our 20. Onto your back. Hollow boat. Straight legs or bent legs. Here we go. Lifting the head, drawing that chin in. You can bicycle the legs a bit if you feel like you're kind of in between, or maybe it's too much to go both legs straight. Ooh. And 2, 1, and switch. Mountain climbers, we're going to go back to the same side. He's okay, he's just got a little stick. So knee to the same side elbow and begin. Check in with your hands. Ensure those fingers are spread out, kind of gripping the finger pads down. It's going to activate the arch of the hand. Woo! And rest. Good job. Tabletop, if that body was good for it, or back on your back for the glute bridge. Draw the shoulders back, place the hands, and when you're ready. So I'm going to hold this time, hips high, chin in, and just trying to maintain this position. Actively drawing those shoulders back, ensuring I'm not hyperextended through the elbows. And as always, fire the booty. And there's our rest. Woo! All right. Round 4 coming up in 20 seconds. Starting in 10, back to the push-ups. Wide handprint. If the push-ups are bothering your shoulders, hold a plank. 2, 1, here we go. Remember, even though we're working with that upper body, we're still engaging the lower body, squeezing the body, the booty, and the thighs. Keeping the elbows from winging out, drawing the shoulders down as you lower. Last one. And onto your back for hollows. Second to last set. Rolling on back. Knees bent or straight. Here we go. Chin in, lifting up. Hollow bottom of the boat. Either holding stationary or you can bicycle the legs. If the head and neck gets tired, lower that top part down. And switching back to mountain climbers. Diagonal this time. Knee to the opposite shoulder. Still wide handprint. When you're ready, here it goes. Practice that nice strong exhale. And same thing we focused on the push-ups. Hips should be level to the shoulders. Definitely not dropping down. Just keep a little give in that elbow. Avoiding any hyperextension. Maybe one more on each side. And rest. Getting ready for that tabletop or the glute bridge. If that tabletop's a little bit too much on your wrist or your shoulders. 2, 1, here we go. And similar to those of you that are on your back for the bridge, you can hold that bridge, interlace the hands under you. Sharon's got it, good. Jean looks solid. Draw that chin in. Woo. And rest. All right, we'll take 20 seconds and then we'll be into our final round. Your body said, hey, I've had enough for the day. It's a quick round, so just hang out and we'll do a little cool down stretch together when we finish. Otherwise, back to our last set of push-ups, starting here in 5. And 2, 1, here it is. Up and down, elbows in strong towards the sides, but have a little bit of air there. We don't want them all the way locked against. Squeeze the twist as you push out. Maybe one more. And onto your back for that hollow practice. Woohoo! Whenever you get there, you can begin lifting on up. Knees bent or straight, or a combo thereof. Be really intentful on that lower spine. Not to let it arch. You're only cheating yourself if you do. And over for our last set of mountain climbers. We've done 2 of each so far. So you can either go same side or diagonal. I'm going to go diagonal. Here we are. Keep that exhale strong. Keep those fingers spread out wide. Feel those little arches in the hands. Lifting up. Take that load off your wrist. 2, 1, and our final bridge. I'm going to come onto the back this time. Give a break from that tabletop. So as you come onto your back, ensure your shoulders are drawn underneath you. And as soon as you get there, you can start. So for the bridge hold, we'll pull the shoulders down, interlace the hands underneath our body, center the head. And that's 15 seconds. I'm going to hold you here for 30. But if you need to come down early, please do. Hi, Moose. Yeah, he's perfect. He's good. 5 seconds. And come on down. All done. Very good. Let's go right into that double kneaded chest, hugging those legs in. Loosen up that low back after all that work. Then just take some nice deep breaths. Great time to just kind of let your body sigh. Big breath. Let it all go. Chill out that nervous system. From that double kneaded chest, just like on our warm-up, we'll take it out to 2-knee twist. Knees held together at 90, and then bring both legs across to one side as you turn that head. Good. Nice and smooth side to side here. Just go with your own intuition. How long do you want to stay in that twist? When does it feel like you got the most out of it? We'll get 2 to 3 touches on both sides. Very good. Go ahead and come on over to all fours. We're going to go into child's position next. And this time we'll go with the knees divided. So bring your big toes in so they're touching, and then walk the knees out nice and wide, palms down. Just a traditional child's position here. Hips back, head lowers down, and breathe. Good. On your next inhale, come back up to all fours. We're going to add the inner thigh stretch. Let's start with your right leg. You're going to reach it straight out to the side. Instead of being on the side of the foot, try to turn the sole of the foot down and kind of gripping the floor. And then from here, we'll rock the hips back, lower the head down. You can take your right hand and just gently reach across towards that left hand. You can stay back there and breathe, or I like to do the rock where then I'll come back forward and then lowering back and in. I'm gonna do that 3 times. Taking my time in that bottom position, really inviting that inner thigh to lengthen. Sometimes you'll feel that outer lower shin muscle lengthening as well. And then we'll switch sides. Pull your right leg in. We'll do the same thing on the left. Keep that left leg out. Sole the foot down onto your mat. Left hand reaches across to your right hand. And then hips rock back from there. You have your toes turned down. This will also give a nice stretch like we were doing earlier in the class. Kind of flexing those toes. Doing some nice movement through that toe joint. If it bothers your big toe to sit back and rock forward and back, you can always turn the toes down towards the floor so the whole bottom of that right foot is facing up. All right, fantastic. When you finish there, walk that leg in, and we're gonna take it onto the stomach. We're gonna do our little cactus stretch, Peck opener. If you prefer to open up your pec from a doorway and you want to come up to your feet, go ahead and do that. This will be our last one down on the mat before we make our way up. Otherwise, for this position, we're face down, kind of also known as a scorpion. I'll walk my hand to one side, roll my torso to that side. I'm looking to open the chest of my downside arm. And then that top leg is going to bend the knee, engage that glute. And you can take the top arm that's not face down, kind of place it just underneath the shoulder, similar to that push-up position. And we're just opening here. Once again, watch the low back. Gotta feel myself here, making sure I'm still firing that hip. One more breath, and then let's come back to center. I'll do the same thing the other way. So I'm gonna crawl that hand out, straight out from my shoulder. Rolling towards that side, opening the chest, bending that knee of the top leg as I reach it back. Having those nice relaxed breaths. Good. Coming on out of that. Then either maybe coming briefly into that child's position if you want to give a little relief to that low back. Just rocking it back, lowering the head down, and then making your way into down dog. We're going to finish on our feet today, a little bit different than normal. Walking out the heels in your down dog. And gradually inchworming your way back up to standing. Just like in our warm-up, slowly take your time, coming up out of that forward fold. All right, fantastic. And then we're gonna do our little snow globe, circular toe touches here as our finishing movement. So soft bend those knees, and then we're just gonna glide down, reaching towards the ground. Imagine your body in that nice winter scene or fall landscape. Maybe instead of snowflakes, you've got some leaves in your globe today. I guess it wouldn't be a snow globe. Let's go one more time that direction, then we'll switch. Good work. Nice and smooth the other way. Last one. Fantastic. All right, everybody. the cooler it gets. Please don't lose your focus on taking care of your body, drinking plenty of water. I know I'm finding myself more and more. I got to kind of get back to making sure I'm finishing those water bottles and not just carrying them around. Jean's like, I'll chug mine right now. Stay healthy, stay vital. We'll be back here tomorrow, Tuesday, same time, same place, and look forward to seeing you then.